Have you ever felt that sudden jolt when you touch a doorknob or reach for a car handle, and wondered why such a small, everyday moment carries a hint of lightning in it? That tiny shock, seemingly insignificant, is a profound reminder that the world around us is alive with forces we rarely notice, yet they shape everything we do. Static electricity, the invisible energy building quietly on our skin and clothing, is not just a nuisance. It is a glimpse into the deeper workings of nature. It tells a story of electrons, those tiny, restless particles that make up the universe, leaping from one surface to another in an endless dance. This simple act of touching a metal surface becomes a window into the intricate, beautiful laws of physics. The friction between your socks and the carpet, or your sweater against your skin, is a microcosm of interaction, transfer, and balance. Electrons accumulate where they are least wanted, tensions rise, and suddenly, a spark reminds us of the unseen forces that connect all matter. There is a rhythm to it, a natural ebb and flow, that mirrors life itself, moments of build-up, tension, and release, each one teaching us patience and awareness. Richard Feynman, whose curiosity about the world was legendary, often reminded us that understanding these phenomena is not merely about formulas or experiments. It is about appreciating the universe with a childlike wonder, noticing what most people take for granted, and finding joy in the explanation of the ordinary. He would encourage us to see the spark not as a shock to be avoided, but as a signal of the universe's constant activity, a whisper of electrons leaping across tiny gaps, and an invitation to explore why things are the way they are. In the same way that observing a leaf fall can reveal principles of motion, friction, and gravity, that shock is a lesson in energy transfer and the delicate balance of forces. To recognize this is to understand that knowledge is not just for the lab. It is woven into every step we take, every surface we touch, and every decision we make. Even our daily lives, often filled with routine, are punctuated with moments of insight if we choose to notice them. And yet, for all its beauty, static electricity carries an element of surprise, a reminder that the universe does not always follow our expectations, that even in the mundane, there is unpredictability waiting to teach us humility. The very thing that makes us flinch for a second is also the very thing that reveals the elegance of the natural world, connecting us to a reality far larger than ourselves, urging us to explore, question, and most importantly, to see with clear eyes the invisible forces at play all around us. But what if I told you that the very shocks we often dismiss as minor annoyances are, in reality, miniature windows into an invisible world of tension, energy, and potential danger, waiting just beneath the surface of the ordinary? Imagine walking across a carpeted floor on a dry winter day, each step quietly collecting an invisible charge, like a battery slowly filling with power that you cannot see, but is undeniably present. Every movement adds a layer of anticipation, a subtle buildup that your body cannot perceive until the moment it chooses to reveal itself, a sudden spark that jolts your senses and forces your attention. There is suspense in this process, an unseen drama of electrons that follows no schedule, obeys no command, yet adheres faithfully to the fundamental laws of physics. It is as if the universe, in its quiet, patient way, is preparing a small spectacle for your awareness, reminding you that nothing is truly inert, nothing truly dormant. And in that pause before the spark, there is a lesson in waiting, in understanding that energy is not always obvious, and that the most significant forces are often hidden until the precise moment they make themselves known. Richard Feynman spoke often about this, the thrill of discovery, the importance of observing the ordinary with extraordinary attention, and the way the smallest phenomena can illuminate the vastness of the natural world. In the same vein, that tiny discharge of static electricity is not just a random annoyance, but a messenger, a signpost pointing to the intricate architecture of matter, charge, and interaction. It is a reminder that beneath our calm, predictable daily routines lies a world of restless particles, of forces in tension, of energy waiting to flow in unexpected ways. And here is the suspense. The universe is always at the edge of revelation, and so are we. That moment just before the shock, the seconds of unacknowledged build-up, is a metaphor for all the unseen work happening in our lives, the preparation, the challenges, the pressures that we might not notice until they demand our attention. It is in these moments of waiting, of tension, that our understanding grows, that curiosity sharpens, and that insight becomes possible. We are, in essence, tiny observers on a grand stage, where even the smallest acts of electron transfer echo the elegance of cosmic order. There is beauty in this unpredictability, in knowing that what seems simple is, in fact, complex and alive, that the ordinary is never truly ordinary. And so, with every shock, every spark, we are called to pause and reflect, to consider how the invisible forces shape our reality, to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things, and to embrace the thrill of understanding that knowledge is not merely accumulation, but awakening to the extraordinary hidden in the everyday. And yet, once we pause to truly reflect on these small shocks, we realize that they are not isolated curiosities. They are reminders of a profound principle that governs all things. Everything is connected, everything interacts, and every action, no matter how tiny, has its place in the grand tapestry of the universe. That quick jolt when your hand touches a doorknob is the same universe that spins galaxies, powers stars, and hums quietly in the spaces between atoms. It is a humbling thought, and it encourages us to look at life with renewed curiosity, to approach every moment as an opportunity to witness something remarkable. Richard Feynman often said that the joy of learning comes from seeing the hidden workings of the world, and in this, static electricity offers a perfect metaphor. Life builds up tension, just like electrons accumulate on your body, in the form of challenges, ambitions, and unspoken thoughts, and eventually something must release. The spark may startle us, but it also teaches us. It tells us that energy cannot be destroyed. It only moves, changes, and transforms, and that the universe is constantly negotiating balance in ways we cannot always predict. By understanding the subtle ways energy transfers in our lives, we gain the ability to navigate challenges with grace, to anticipate outcomes, and to act with awareness rather than reaction. In every field, from physics to philosophy, the lesson is the same. Awareness brings mastery, attention brings understanding, and curiosity transforms the ordinary into revelation. The very same principles that explain why your hair stands on end, or why the carpet leaves tiny charges on your socks, also explain why patterns emerge in nature, why societies shift, and why personal growth follows invisible laws of preparation, accumulation, and release. There is suspense not just in the static shock itself, but in life's unfolding, in how the energy we cultivate today, through thought, effort, and attention, can manifest tomorrow in moments that surprise us, challenge us, or inspire us. And the beauty of it is that each spark, each seemingly insignificant occurrence, invites us to ask questions, to dig deeper, and to see that the world is far more intricate, alive, and interconnected than it appears at first glance. If we embrace this perspective, we begin to see obstacles as opportunities, setbacks as moments of energy buildup before transformation, and even discomfort as a signal that something important is happening just beneath the surface. This is the philosophy of engagement, the art of noticing the invisible, and the practice of living in awe of reality itself. So the next time you feel that tiny shock, remember it is not just a random jolt, but a symbol of the universe teaching you to look closer, to think deeper, and to live more consciously. It is an invitation to explore, to question, and to marvel at the forces that shape both the cosmos and our daily lives. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.